Welcome back for a new special top 10 sales list. Hope you enjoyed the music in the background. I chose music from from Super Mario World, all-time classic. And if you're wondering what I'm wearing a Beatles shirt. So, with that said, this is the top 10 best-selling Nintendo consoles of all time, including both handhelds as well as regular consoles. So, with that said, first we'll look at the ones that didn't quite make the top 10. Coming in 12th place is, of course, the Virtual Boy, which is no surprise. It sold an estimated 770,000 copies. Heck, I'm surprised the Virtual Boy sold that much. Especially given the game gave people headaches and stuff, a lot of issues. Uh, at 11, which is a shame it didn't do better, is the Wii U, which sold an estimated 13.56 million units. So, about 13.5 million. Not great, but still, it did outsell some other stuff. Um, Now, coming in at number 10, selling an estimated 21.74 million units. In 10th place is the Nintendo GameCube. Yep, I'm surprised that the GameCube sold a little less than 22 million units, but these sales numbers come from Nintendo's own website. They do not come from VG charts, which I use a lot on game stuff, but yeah, this is actually from them, not from Wikipedia or that crap. Coming at number 9, selling an estimated 32.93 million units. So just shy of 33 million is, in some people's opinions, the best Nintendo console. It's one of my least favorite consoles from Nintendo. I liked it more years ago, and as time has progressed, it's gone down for me personally. But in ninth place in sales, just shy of 33 million units, the Nintendo 64. Next, coming in at number 8, selling an estimated 49 million 10,000, just barely over 49 million units, which is still pretty good sales overall. Believe it or not, coming in 8th place is the Super Nintendo. Yeah, Super Nintendo sold 49 million units. Not hugely impressive sales numbers, but still, for the time period, it was pretty good because it was a big duke out between it and Sega at that time. Next, coming in at number 7, selling an estimated 58.85, just shy of 59 million units, is pretty much about the lowest selling normal handheld for Nintendo, even though it's got one of the best libraries, in my opinion, of handhelds. Coming in at number 7 is the Nintendo 3DS. Yep, the 3DS sold just shy of 59 million units. Not hugely impressive numbers, but still 59 million. That's actually not bad at all, in my opinion. And it sold about 10 million more than Super Nintendo. But nothing compared to the original DS, of course. Next, coming in at number 6, selling an estimated 61.50 or 91 million, so just shy of 62 million units, which is pretty impressive, is the original. The original Nintendo, the NES, comes in 6th place and sold almost 62 million units. So good job on you, original Nintendo. Still remains one of the best selling Nintendo consoles of all time. Next, coming in 5th place, as of recently looking, it has now sold around close to 65 million units, which is pretty impressive. Coming in 5th place in sales, and keep in mind it's still going strong, in 5th place is the Nintendo Switch, which Yeah, according to Nintendo, is close to 65 million units. That's including, of course, the light model as well. Still, 65 million units, that's pretty impressive. Especially given it's not been out even 4 years and it's already sold like 65 million units, which says to me by the end of the Switch's lifespan, it's probably going to surpass 100 million at the rate it's going right now. It is not, in my opinion, impossible for it to make it to 100 million units, given how strong its sales has remained consistent. But as of right now, it's the fifth best selling Nintendo device of all time. Coming in at number 4 with an estimated 81.5 million units sold, the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. And by the way, this is including the Game Boy Advance SP in with the regular Advance and sales numbers. But yeah, even I didn't realize the Game Boy Advance sold over 81 million units. I admit I'm a bit surprised that it sold that well, even though it was a solid 16-bit handheld. Coming in at number 3 is, of course, what many people consider to be the casuals console. Coming in third place, selling an estimated 101 million 63 or 101,630,000 units worldwide, so just shy of 102 million, is the Nintendo Wii. Which I'm not surprised. I knew the Wii was a very massive success, especially with casual gamers. A lot more of your hardcore gamers chose to go with the 360 and the PS3. Though there are some good, genuine games on the Wii. The Wii is definitely not one of my personal favorites, but I get how it was a huge success. A lot of people that normally don't play video games bought the Wii. And you can get the console relatively cheap at like $60. So that's pretty good. This is a good time to start collecting Wii games while the stuff's pretty cheap. Which is why I've started looking at occasionally getting a Wii game here and there, as well as Wii U. But yeah, I'll admit I like the Wii U more than the Wii. Coming at number 2 in sales is the selling an estimated 118,690,000 units. The original Game Boy. Now, keep in mind, this also includes Game Boy Color in with the sales numbers. I couldn't find a definite separation in sales, unfortunately, from Nintendo's website for sales numbers. So, yeah, selling over 118 million units. Quite impressive, the original Game Boy, but it was a major success. I remember the Game Boy when it came out, like, even though I was very young at the time, still, I remember it coming out and being bundled with the very first Tetris game, which was definitely a fun experience, and that's what made me a lifelong Tetris fan. But the Game Boy will always hold a special place for me personally, though I still have a Game Boy Color to this day. But I will always have a special place because of the original Pokemon games, as well as underrated gems like Super Mario Land and many others. Coming at number 1, I guess it's no stranger to anyone, it's the best selling handheld of all time and the best selling device ever for Nintendo, selling an estimated 154 million units. The only gaming device that has outsold this is the PS2, and that is it. That's pretty impressive. Coming in at number 1 is the Nintendo DS. Of course, the Nintendo DS was number 1. And I'm somebody who I'm pleased and proud to admit I still have a DS Lite. Love the Nintendo DS. It is maybe my favorite Nintendo handheld of all time, in all honesty. Because since I have the Lite model also, I can play Game Boy Advance games on it, which I prefer to do over using my SP. Because I just prefer the feel of a Nintendo DS better, and I love the 3DS. I think it's even though it's so well, I feel like it's a little underrated, and it's a great handheld collector. Same with the DS. You can find a lot of good, solid games for good prices. Like, specifically, one game I think of a lot, a great RPG, would probably be. Yeah. Many great Mario games and many great Zelda games on the DS, and of course, some great solid Pokemon games that I love playing. Specifically, I really like Pokemon Emerald on the DS. But with that said, that is the top 10 best selling Nintendo consoles of all time. Leave a comment below. What are you most surprised at in sales numbers? Are you surprised DS is the best selling? Are you surprised that, say, the Game Boy sold 118 million units? Or what else? And are you surprised the Switch is at number 5 best selling Nintendo device of all time? But with that said, I'll see everyone next time and have a good holiday season. Happy holidays, everyone.